This is Big Leagues Country Roads Rankings. Yoo-hoo!
Hello again, everybody. Welcome inside OH Report World Headquarters in Mansfield, Ohio. I am Travis Big League Berardi, and that man right there in the wonderful plaid looking like Justin Timberlake is Brian Slowdance Skowronski, and we are here once again with your boys' Country Roads Rankings for this week. And Brian, we have some state-ranked squads in here. The top team in Division 3 is on this list. The number 3 team in Division 3 is on this list, and many, many others. But Ski, let's just slow dance right into these rankings. Starting off at number 10, the Mohawk Warriors. They went 0-1 last week, so they dropped from 8th to 10th. And I will mention also bubble teams. Willard could have cracked the top 10, but they went 1-1. They fell to a 500 Bellevue team, so I still have them right on the outside looking in. And also a team that's moving up, the Crestview Cougars. They have 2 big wins. They beat Mansfield Christian and they beat South Central. A big win for them. They're now at 8-8, so they are moving right up there as well. And then Northmore Golden Knights did not play last week since our last update, so they are still at 8-9, but they will play tonight in a highlight you'll see against Crestline. And speaking of Crestline, maybe we'll see them here in the rankings coming up. But at number 10, Mohawk, 12-5. They dropped from 8th to 10th with an 0-1 week. Now to number 9 and the East Knox Bulldogs. They as well dropped because of a 1-1 week. They are now 13-5. They had a really good chance of jumping up in the rankings, but could not finish the job against Centerburg in a game that you saw, Brian. East Knox still hanging around in the top 10, but they're starting to slowly fall. At number 8, the South Central Trojans. They as well fell. They fell the furthest. They lost twice last week. They went 0-2, 12-5 overall. They went from 5th down to 8th.
Ouch. At
number 7, those Crestline Bulldogs. They are the biggest jumpers. They went from 10th to 7th with a 2-0 week. They are now 11-6. They have assured themselves at least a 500 season once again. So good for them, moving up from 10th to 7th. I know you have some kids that you taught on that team, so you got to be feeling pretty good about that one, Ski.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the Bulldogs in a minute, I'm sure.
At number 6, the Fredericktown Freddies. All they do is win. Since Christmas, that's all they have done.
That's it.
Is win. They started with a victory against rival Clear Fork, and they have not lost since. They are now 9-7, 8 in a row. They went 1-0 last week. They jumped from 9th to 6th, so tied with Crestline for the biggest jump in the rankings this week. At number 5, the Lucas Cubs. They went 2-0, but they dropped one from 4th to 5th, and I will explain this here in a second. 14-3, 2-0. They're doing what they need to do, but they have a chance if Mother Nature allows it. Friday and Saturday, if they win both of those, they will tie for the largest home win streak in Richland County history with the Ontario Warriors. But they have some tough competition. They'll have Willard coming up on Saturday in a game that you and I are going to call, I believe, Brian, live and free on the OH Report. So that could also get the Willard Crimson Flashes back into the top 10. But right now, Lucas dropping down to 5. Nothing against you guys, but because the number 4 team has been rocking and rolling, Monroeville, 15-2. They went 3-0 last week, had some quality victories, so they jump up from 6th to 4th. Monroeville, they're one of those sneaky teams with Isaac Roeder and company that could make some noise in that district bracket.
He's kind of a monster out there in Eagle Country. Look out for that kid.
Now to the top 3, and as expected, it's going to be the same because these 3 teams have been phenomenal. Number 3, Centerburg, 16-2, 2-0 last week. They've clinched the KMAC championship once again, defeating East Knox. They went 2-0. They are at number 3. And then the top 2 of the top 3 teams in Division 3, Western Reserve at 16-0. They went 1-0 last week. And the number 1 team, not only in my rankings, but all of Division 3 boys basketball, for the first time in school history, Colonel Crawford, they as well are at 16-0. And I was talking to some media members trying to vote Western Reserve and Crawford 1-2 in the AP poll so we could have a 1 versus 2 in that district championship that you and I are desperately wanting, Brian.
Salivating, my friend, already thinking about it.
All right, Ski. Have at it, my friend.
Well, the next 2 games I noticed for Western Reserve are South Central and Monroeville, so the country roads are kind of wide open for them to gallop up, I think even past the Eagles, and overtake them for the top spot, because if you look at Colonel Crawford's schedule, they're kind of late heavy in terms of their last 3 games being the challenging one, so I could see the Rough Riders having a little bit better resume here in the next couple of weeks. Same for Monroeville. I look at their last 5 games of the year, Travis, and they're going to be playing against teams with a combined 59 and 22 overall record, so I think the sky's like wide open for them to kind of take off, hit new altitudes, and see how high they can go on this list, because they could be knocking off potentially the team that is at number 1, as mentioned. I think there's a big drop off on the list from the top 5 teams and then the other teams down at the bottom there. So I think there could be a lot of losing amongst the top, and the same 5 are going to stay up there. But my Porter-sized beef with you has to be the team that's been going on and making lots of chaos in the group chat that we have going on with the other media people, that being the Crestline Bulldogs. Travis, I thought I hit you across the face with some facts and you didn't accept them, so let me say it one more time. Their 10 wins are over teams with 36 and 105 records. They are 0 and 5 against teams with winning records. So when you look at them above the other 3 teams that you have below them on the list, Travis, who all do have quality wins, by the way, that's kind of like putting Johnny Knoxville in the first row at the Oscars. He belongs, just not as close to the stage as you probably believe. That's what the Bulldogs are to me, Travis. And my last beef, I think maybe Fredericktown, they kind of remind me of a cup of coffee with no creamer in it. I mean, it's hot, it's tasty, but it's just not that good. It could be better. So they should probably be a little bit lower, probably below the Bulldogs, who are a little overrated at number 7.
Well, this is what I'm going to get back at you for that. Crestline and Fredericktown jumped up because the teams below them lost. That's the main reason I have this. I do look at the amount of work, things like that. Like I said, Willard, they've had some good wins, but they keep going 500 week after week. And that's not going to cut it when you have other teams deserving that are doing what they need to do. Crestline right now is doing what they need to do, but if they can beat Northmore, a Division III team, their D4 team tonight, that could help their resume a little bit and keep them right there. But if the Golden Knights win, that will probably drop Crestline down. You keep winning, you deserve to stay on the list. Am I right, Brian?
Well, strength of schedule being what it may, and you look at some of the other teams at the bottom of the list here that have to be competed with, and they just don't have to see that same type of firepower in the NBC, and then their non-conference, not that great either. So the Bulldogs, you can keep them at number 7, but I think they know what would happen if they played some of the other teams below them on the list.
Well, I will say for Crestline and the others that are starting to move up Fredericktown, you have 6-7 losses. If you do get that loss, it's going to drop you back down because, like you said, there are teams willing to. But right now, these teams are on win streaks. Fredericktown's won, I believe, 8 straight games. They have not lost since Christmas, so that helps you out. Crestline, they've been going undefeated the last couple weeks as well, so we're giving them love when it's deserved. But if you lose, you're going to drop.
All love on these country roads for all these teams. I just have to have some crazy opinions.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why you're here, Ski.
Baby.
I mean, you got that and the great picture in front of you. But anyway, that'll do it. Just a reminder, because of this winter storm landing coming through. Storm Blunchley is not here, but I think he's going to appreciate that because he can eat more hamburgers and stuff in the comforts of his own home. Anyway, we don't know what's going to go on. Most likely Thursday is going to be pretty much wiped out for our schedule. So like we said, we're bummed out. We're not going to be able to probably see Cardington and Loudonville this week. Friday games are still in question. We did have one highlight, Shelby and Clear Fork girls. That's going to be moved to Saturday. We'll have a highlight of that. But after tonight, it's up in the air for the next 2 games. I'm thinking by Saturday everything will be back to normal. But just stay with our social media on the OH Report, and we will keep you updated. And hopefully we won't be snowed in with 25 inches of snow. That's
could be worse. Have fun with it if it comes. My only word of advice for the weekend.
Stay safe. Anyway, that's Slow Dance Skowronski. I'm Big League Berardi saying, we out.